Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to bring you Kate Porter. How you doing, Kate?
I am fabulous and it's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm going to just read a quick biography about you, Kate, and then we'll come back, okay? One second here. So, Kate Porter, multi-award winning the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach and host of Midlife Unlimited, the podcast for women who want more. Kate's superpower is bringing women back to life so that your midlife is just the beginning because your second spring is your time to shine. I love that, Kate. Well done. I had you on the show because you're all about midlife crisis. And I think so many people have so many questions about it. So I thought I'd bring you here. So thank you for joining me today.
Now, as I say, it's my absolute pleasure. I love talking everything midlife from grey hair, like we were just talking about, to standing up and saying, my wisdom and my brilliance mean this is my time to shine and not fade into the background.
Isn't it fabulous that? So, first, I want to say you're absolutely stunning. I love that you have your hair is just lovely. What a look. You're just so gorgeous, Kate. And I think it's amazing that women in this generation, our age, and I'm sure you're a lot younger than me, but
I'm
our
55.
generation of women are embracing the next chapter. I know with my mom and my grandmother, I love them very much, but they had the last chapter was just taking care, still the family. Nothing wrong with that, but they didn't seem to branch out anymore. Where I see so many of us reaching out and doing new things. Would that be fair, Kate?
I think absolutely. And I'm a massive advocate of that because we've put ourselves on the back burner for so long, whether we're
Mhm.
mums. This is such a pivotal time. Yes, our bodies are changing. We can't avoid that. Menopause, perimenopause, and all the symptoms that come with that. But other things are changing too, whether it's empty nesting, our kids going off to college, university. If we haven't got kids, chances are our relationships with our parents are changing as well. We've got parents that are getting older, and the whole shift. I know I'm got it at the moment from the kind of the daughter father role to almost a carer. We are labeled the sandwich generation as well. But career choices, a lot of women in our generation are thinking this is a time to start a new business. And why not? Why not? We've put ourselves on the back burner, as I said, till we're a dried out old pan. And this is our time to start, and the word's used a lot, but to start being selfish and to actually think, what do I want now? What don't I want now? And have the confidence to actually say, no, I don't want to do this. And whether that's examining friendships that have drifted, and that's tough because friendships in midlife can drift a lot. Friends that we've known for years and years, but the relationship, I know I've been there, the relationship has shifted and it's run its course, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay. And it's
Well,
tough. It's tough.
said because, and I agree with you because I think not a lot, some friends that I've certainly grown with, and as I changed in my time, they did not. Perhaps some changed in a different direction, some
Mm.
did not change at all. So you're absolutely right. And the busier we are, I think sometimes the less time we have for that socializing that we used to have when we were, as you said, busy pleasing everyone else in the family or friends or whatever we were doing. And now, as just like when you were young and getting out of school, all those high school friends now maybe drifted because you go on to university or colleges and you realize those friends have moved on. You get married, you have new friends, and the ones that are single kind of move on. And you know where I'm going with that. But now, as I said, at least with my ancestor, my family, they
Mm.
didn't continue on in this chapter. I love that we're doing it. And I embrace the fact that people will stay on your train or they will get off.
Yeah.
Entirely up to them. Don't take it personally. Would that be fair?
Yeah. Oh, I'm completely with you. And I'm a recovering people pleaser. I know it's a phrase we use a lot, but I used to be the first to apologize for something that I'd not even done to keep the peace, to because my own self-worth was so low. I was almost addicted to other people saying that I was good enough, I was worthy enough. And it's
Oh,
that realization that loving yourself is the most freeing. And I don't mean in a big-headed way, I mean in a big-hearted way. Actually, being able to look in the mirror and think, you've got this, girl. Knowing your values, knowing what's important to you. And as you just said, being able to and I know the whole let them movement is really big at the moment, but I've been using the phrase through my own midlife metamorphosis, which began in my mid 40s. I'm 55 now. And that's what spurred my whole coaching journey as well. Let the judges judge. Let them get on with it because my time is too precious. Life is short.
I
Life is short. We might have another 50 years. We might have another 50 minutes. My life is too short to waste one more moment worrying about what other people are thinking about me
well said.
or what they're saying about me. And to be honest, I'm not that interesting. So why they be bothered to talk about me? Do you know what I mean,
Well,
though?
I think you're interesting, Kate.
Oh, thank you. But no,
No, I do.
why do we waste our precious time?
Oh, so true. So true. And I think it started when we were younger. Of course, we had to have approval. We wanted to be part of a
Yeah.
tribe or a group that we wanted to belong to. Well, our
Mm,
parents said, no, you have to conform this way. You can't do it your way. We have to do it our way. So we definitely did that. Then, as you said, we took care of our families and our parents and whatever we were doing. But I agree with you, Kate, 100%. I will say that after I hit 50, I have to admit, I could care less what people thought. I, of course, would be respectful and
oh,
I
yeah.
always wanted to improve myself. But absolutely, Kate, you know what? It's my life. And I felt that when people are judging you, there's something in them that's missing. And
Yeah.
I really believe that. And I think, you know what? We all make mistakes. We all do great things in our lives and we do so not so great things. But that was yesterday. This minute alone, Kate, when we started this show, that was about 3.5 minutes ago, it's gone. We can't get it
Mm,
back. No matter
no.
what you do, we can't get that last. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, totally.
So why
Totally.
waste that one more second worrying about what happened 3.5 minutes ago
No,
or 20 years ago or 50 years ago? Who cares?
no.
Worry
I'm
about
completely with you.
today and look at where your vision is and don't worry about the judgment. 100%, Kate. You are 100% bang on. Now let's talk about what you actually do. How did it all get started that you went into this?
I say I'm a newspaper editor in my past life,
Okay.
but literally I hit mid 40s and it was that realization of looking in the mirror and thinking, who is that woman? And I don't just mean physically,
Sure.
looking in my eyes and just thinking, I felt lost. I was living vicariously through my son. If you'd asked me, Kate, what have you been doing? I could reel off, Finley's been doing this, Finley's been doing that. And I just felt unfulfilled. I had that feeling of 50 looming. And is this the end? Have I served my purpose? And I started investigating and set up a local group and found lots of other women. And again, I say it wasn't just a menopause thing, it went way beyond just the physical changes, it was all the other things. And the fact that I was feeling overwhelmed because I was trying to control things that were beyond my control. And in doing that, I wasn't putting enough focus on the things that I could control, on my own self growth. Now I talk a lot about when we have growth mindset, I call it the metamorphosis mindset, because I really believe when we stop growing, when we stop unleashing that childlike curiosity to try new things, that is when we really start stagnating. So I really used lots of techniques that I thought I'd invented myself. But then I thought, hang on, I realized I was actually life coaching my friends without the qualifications. And I thought, no, I wanted to actually so I got my master's accredited certifications because I think it's important. I know anyone can learn coaching skills. So I've got those, tick, but I bring to the table as well insights from my own journey because I think that's knowing that I've trodden that path and there is a way forward. And you don't have to feel alone, feeling that you're wearing a mask. It's exhausting.
It
So I'm
is.
all about, yeah, ripping off that mask and saying, this is me. I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm fabulous in that. I don't want to try to be someone I'm not.
That is great advice, Kate. Absolutely. And I think that's where the confidence comes in. That's where people, if once you take that mask off, as you said, and you just say, that's it, it's gone. You know what? This is my face. Deal with it. I think it was Annette Bening in Women. It was a
Mm,
movie, and you see her going through a department store, and the woman's trying to do a facial for her. She said, "Would you like a facial done?" And she says, "This is my face. Deal with it." And I just love that line. She just resonates so much confidence in that one scene that just is exactly if we could deal with life that way and say, this is my face. If it doesn't, if I'm not harming you or doing anything to you, then this is it. This is what you get. And
mm.
the metamorphosis, let's talk about that. So you're doing metamorphosis. So there is a complete change as I look at a layman form of
Yeah,
metamorphosis. It's a complete change. And that's
yeah.
exactly what I went through, including why I do this show. I would never have done this show before. A number of things happened in my life that led me to this moment. And I feel this is my calling now. I love doing it. I love helping
Mm,
people. That's what I love to do. That's it. So this is my face. There's no mask here.
no. And I love that. And the reason you hear the word transformation so much, but the reason I honed it and I actually trademarked it because I thought there's
Oh, good.
so many life coaches out there, but I thought, no, I wanted this to be me. So when you hear the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, there's only one of me, there's only one Kate Porter. But to metamorphosis is so much more because a butterfly that's been a caterpillar, it has everything that it needs to become the butterfly. And we have everything we need inside. I'm getting quite emotional now because it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. We've got everything we need inside us. But working with a life coach like me, you I help you bring it out and I help you realize through tools, through techniques, but most of all, the power of conversation, the power of words that we use to ourselves about ourselves. That is what enables us to have that wonderful feeling of, yeah, I'm pretty fantastic. And when I hear my clients say that, and again, it's not in a big-headed way, it's just that feeling of, I know who I am now,
I don't
and
think
I like and I love her.
I don't think you have to worry about saying big-headedness. I've heard you say that a couple of times. Kate, we may have to go to big-headedness for a moment when we're by ourselves. And I'll tell you
Mm,
why. We've been apologizing for
yeah,
saying it's not all about me. I'm sorry to make it about me. Oh, I think we apologize way too much. And I don't see anything wrong with saying, you know what? I'm pretty great. Every now and
yeah,
then, I think you have to say that because look at what most people go through in life. It doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, child, whatever. You've been through something because life is going to throw something at you. To this point, wherever you are today, you've been through a lot. I think you have to stop, pat yourself on the back and say,
yeah.
I'm pretty great. You know what? I'm where I am today because of all those things that happened, and I made it through absolutely all of it to this moment. Kate, I think you can say, I'm pretty great to
No,
yourself.
I think no, I'm with you on that. Absolutely. And one thing I would like to pick up as well, you mentioned mistakes earlier on, and we talk a lot about I don't do regrets, like we were saying. No,
You
it's
know,
now, it's happened.
yeah,
But I like to think of mistakes as missteps as well. Because like failure basically means that what we thought was going to happen didn't happen. But what it does, it opens up new choices and opportunities that we may not have considered. And fear of success is another thing that can hold us back.
right.
That thought of, if I do this and it works, what will people think? What? Oh, and you come up with all these what ifs. You start making even more excuses to yourself that again keep you in your little comfort zone, which we all know is quite an uncomfortable place. But it's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. And I would also add, Kate, as people worry about success, they may have to give up some of those friends we talked about, or some people in our lives that aren't necessarily as supportive as where we're going. So, yeah, there's all kinds of things that make a difference and stop people from growing. I actually do a motivational part to my show, and I
Mm.
talk about that very thing, failure. I absolutely say on that video that failure is not a bad thing. It is actually a wonderful thing to go through. At the time, you may not see it, but it
No.
takes us in a direction that may not be a good path. It'll take it to even a better path, most people find. So, yeah, I'm with you. We're in sync here, sister. That's awesome. Now, let's talk about some tips that you can give people for metamorphosis transformation. What ideas or tips can you give us for people who are going through menopause, going through the change, or have already arrived at the other side and aren't quite sure where to go next or how to get the confidence to go next?
One tip, which is it's very simple. Actually, I've got two, but the first one, it's very simple. You talked about how we've been conforming for so long. And there's one word that is my absolute bugbear, should. And I'm going to give you a little tip right now to ditch should. And this is so simple, but it's so powerful because should, when our little inner critic says you really should be doing this, you really should be doing that, it's someone else's voice in your head. It's all part of conforming. So ask yourself this question. Is that should really a must? If it's a must, do it now or put a smart plan in place to make it a goal and achieve it as soon as possible. If it's not a must, kick it out.
I like that.
Get it out of your head.
I
And
like
my
that.
other very quick piece of advice, if you're feeling stuck, if you're really thinking, I don't know what I want, and often it's easier to know what we don't want than what we want. And we find ourselves saying, I can't do this. There are three letters to add to the end of that. Yet.
Oh, I like that. Yet.
And immediately you've empowered yourself and you've started because you've started making yourself accountable. You've started making yourself aware of the fact that this is something that you want to do. You just can't do it yet. So immediately you start thinking of what do I need to get me there, whether it's physical things, whether it's something to learn, whether it's support, whether it's cheerleaders and cheer. I'm a huge fan of cheerleading. We talked about friendship earlier, and I've found almost a new tribe, but of wonderful women, and through my podcast as well, Midlife Unlimited, we celebrate each other's successes.
Right.
And now what I love is if someone's doing better than you, it's fabulous because you join in. There's none of that. Oh God, I don't want to talk to her because she's doing so much better than me
Yeah.
or whatever, or she's in the Seychelles and I'm not. No, good for her. And that's such a powerful thing as well.
Well said. I love that. Very empowering. The
Mm.
words just switch it up. When you said, if we could circle back, you said, I can't. And I thought, I can't. My shoulders went down. I was thinking of all the things I can't do. When you said yet, I was like, oh, wait a minute. She's right. Doesn't mean I can never do it. It just means
No.
I have to shift it. Well said, Kate. That's wonderful advice. I truly mean that. That's excellent. I like that. Now, I know you have courses. Do you have a book out by chance? I wasn't sure.
I've got a free ebook that people can contact me because empty nesting was a huge thing for me. My little baby's 23 now, but I've put together it's a free ebook called Your Empty Nest Epiphany, a beginner's guide to bird launching. So if anyone would like to get in touch with me, drop me an email, you can send you a copy of that. But it's literally the book that I wish I'd read when Finley went to university. And I've devised a plan and I do coaching on the back of that. But yeah, I have a course, a group course called More, but I also work VIP one-to-one as well.
And you do one-on-one, you also do
Yeah.
coaching. Do you do it all online or do you travel to places?
I travel globally. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm available. I'm based in the UK, just out Buckinghamshire, just outside London.
Oh,
A
beautiful.
little village called Penn, which is
Oh,
where William Penn has links to, if anyone's from Pennsylvania that's watching.
that's fascinating. Well done. I like that. And I'm glad that you're all the way over from the UK. I'm in Canada, so we're the other side of the pond, and that's wonderful that you joined me today. And technology is great, isn't it? Now, another thing I want to ask you, where do you see
Oh yeah.
yourself in 5 years? Let's talk about Kate's journey. What's your journey for the next 5 years?
Do you know what? I launched Midlife Unlimited, my podcast, because it combines the journalist in me with the life coach in me, and I absolutely love it. I'm hooked on it. So I would love to be on TV.
Oh,
We've got a
I
show here in the UK called Loose Women. I don't know if you see it at all, but it's like a lunchtime. It's award winning, but it's a talk show of midlife women each day talking about stuff in the news, but weaving in their own insights and
sure.
inspiration. And yeah, I would love that. So anyone out there watching that needs a new host for your TV show,
We'll get you launched right here, Kate. I have
yeah.
no doubt that's where you're going to go. You are so personable. So now, if somebody wanted to reach you absolutely today, let's say they want to put you on that television show, what's the
Okay.
best place to reach you?
I'm on Facebook, Kate Porter Second Spring, LinkedIn, Kate Porter Second Spring, because Second Spring Life Coaching is the name of my business. Or you can let me just check this. My website is midlifeunlimitedpodcast.buzzsprout.com. Or you can email me, Kate at Second Spring Life Coaching. I would love to hear from you.
And I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to reach out to you, Kate. I'll make sure that all your information's here on this show notes. No problem. We'll make sure.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Now, I have one more question for you, Kate. Will you
Ooh,
come back and see us again on another episode?
I would be absolutely delighted. And I'd love you to join me on Midlife Unlimited as well, because I've loved our conversation.
My pleasure to have you. First, my pleasure to have you back, and absolutely, I'd love to be a guest on your show. We'll chat, do more, and add some more. There is so much more we're going to talk about and delve deeper into everything. Thank you, Kate. I'm thrilled that you'll come back. So this, for everyone, this has been Kate Porter. You definitely want to look up all her social media. Go look at her programs. Go ahead and buy her book. Do everything that you could do because she's an amazing lady, and we're glad to have her here. To everyone else, I'm Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I'm thrilled that you joined me today. I hope you're all having a great day. Do subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. Have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye bye.